Hey everyone, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about a few mistakes I see people doing when they start adventure riding, and I'm not innocent. I did most of these myself. So let's get into it. Alright guys, mistake number one I see happening all the time. Number one is bringing too much stuff with you. And yes, I did that same mistake. You know, we go out to our bikes, we start packing, and we think of all these just in case items. Well, let me bring more clothes just in case. Let me bring another jacket just in case. Let me bring 3 more rolls of toilet paper just in case, just in case, just in case, just in case. So we end up with huge amount of stuff with us. You know, my first time moto camping, I loaded over 60 pounds of crap on my bike. I had no clue what I was doing. I had way too much stuff with me. The bike was way too heavy. And guess what? Half of that stuff I not even used. So, and I'm not the only one. I see that all the time. We go out camping with new guy, and man, they carry everything from duct tape to tow ropes to, you mentioned it, everything but the kitchen sink. So overpacking is just gonna make your whole camping experience a bit more difficult. The bike is gonna be heavy to pick up. The bike is gonna handle different because it's so heavy. You're going to be digging through your luggage, you know, to find stuff, and you're just going to find out that half the stuff you not even needed. So mistake number one, bring too much stuff. So after I made that first mistake, I made the second mistake. Mistake number two, I didn't bring enough stuff, because of course the first time I bought way too much. I'm like, whoa, this was crazy, I need way less things. So I didn't bring enough. I just dumped most of my stuff out, and now I was thinking minimalistic because I want the bike to handle well. I want to be enjoyable, the off-road experience on the bike, and I just forgot some basic stuff. So either way it's not good, you know. Too much stuff is not good, not enough stuff is not good. And it just takes a few camping trips to find out your setup, you know. What do you really need? What is too much? And it's different for everyone, you know. Enough for me might not be enough for the next guy, so everybody needs to find that out, but not bringing enough stuff is not great either, you know. Like not having a chair. I mean, I'm sitting on the ground right now, that's fine, but you're riding all day and you're tired, you just want to kick back, you know. Having a little chair, camping chair with you is a nice thing. So try to, step by step, gauge what you really need and what not. Mistake number three that newcomers to ADV world do, and I did that too, is not planning ahead. So in general, I'm the type, you know, fly off the seat of my pants kind of guy. I just jump on the bike and send it, and whatever happens, happens. And I have to admit, it bit me in the butt a few times. So I still like to do it somewhat like this, but a little bit of planning makes life easier, you know. Where are you going? How many miles are you going to be riding? You know, how long are you going to stay? The weather, you know. Pop up the weather app and see, you know, is it going to be sunny, is it going to be rainy, is it going to be cloudy? And you can pack accordingly to that. Guys, I'm as adventurous as it gets. I really like to go out there and just figuring it out on the fly. But planning a little bit ahead makes life so much easier, you know. Are you going to be camping at a campground? Are you going to be dispersed camping? Are you going to meet someone? If you do, where you're going to meet them, you know. Depending on the fuel range on your bike, kind of have an idea where gas stations are going to be. All these little things. I do not like to plan out, you know, everything. I don't like to do Airbnbs or cabins. I don't like to book camping grounds, but that's me. You know, I just like to roll into a place and get a spot. They don't have a spot, well, I go to the next one. I don't like to book stuff, so I don't have to be there, you know. Maybe halfway on the way I change my mind, I want to see something, you know, I want to take a left or right and go somewhere else. So for me it's staying adventurous, but at least plan a little bit ahead. Mistake number four that newcomers do a lot, and I did not do that one, I was smart enough, is not testing your gear. I have seen guys, they pack up their bike, they go on a 5-day trip with their buddies, and they have no clue how their stuff works. They haven't set up their tent, they haven't inflated their sleeping mattress, they don't know if their sleeping pad, if their sleeping bag is working or it's comfortable or not. Big mistake. You know, when you get your setup, set it up, you know, just get familiar with it. Put it up in your front yard, put it up in your backyard, put it up in your garage. You know, you don't have none of that, ask the neighbor, hey, can I use your backyard? I want to set up my tent. Just get to know how stuff goes together and how it works, because I've seen it myself with other people. It's pretty frustrating when you ride all day and everybody pops up their stuff and good to go, and you there scratching your head trying to figure out how does this tent get together. And I've seen that, I'm not kidding you guys. So, you know, get familiar with your setup. It makes life so much easier when you arrive and you take 10-15 minutes, you pop everything up and you're good to go. Plus, you know, once you set it up at home, you know, if you're missing something or not, that's just a great time to figure something out. If you need to order something or not, because once you're out there, there's no ordering, you know, you got to roll with what you got. So not testing your gear is the fourth mistake I see newcomers do. Mistake number 5 I see newcomers doing, and this is gonna be up and down. So people are probably gonna argue with me on that, and that's fine. But in my opinion, it's a mistake. It's guys spending way too much money on their first setup. So if you are not an adventure ride guru or a camping specialist, spending way too much money on expensive gear, in my opinion, is a mistake. You know, you don't need to have a $600 tent or a $1,000 outfit or $700 helmet to go out and get into adventure riding. I mean, you can get that stuff down the road, but you don't need that to start up. And I see it all the time. Actually, that's how I got my tent. I have a $600 tent that I bought for 180 bucks. The guy went, spent all that money on that tent, used it once, figured out he doesn't like it and just sold it cheap. Great for me, sucks for him. You know, you don't need to have an adventure helmet to go adventure riding. If you have a motorcycle and you ride motorcycle, chances are that you already have a full face helmet. The first year I rode just with regular full face helmet. There's nothing wrong with it, it works. If you have a motorcycle and you ride, you probably have motorcycle boots. And you know what? To get going, those boots are enough. Go on Amazon, get yourself a cheap tent, a cheap bag, you know, and just get out there and start camping, enjoying it. And if you love it and you say, man, this is amazing, I want to do this all season, I want to do it next year, I want to do it for the next 20 years, then go and spend all the money you want on all the fancy stuff. But I think it's a mistake to do it from the get-go. I've been doing this now this is my 3rd year, and I've upgraded step by step. I like the best bang for my buck, so I scout eBay, you know, I like always to get a good deal. But I started off with the Rhino Walk bags for 180 bucks, and I got a $30 tent from eBay and a $40 sleeping bag from eBay, and I just started the first year doing this, and it worked great. I'm like, well, I really like this, so I want to get some better stuff because I'm going to keep doing it, and then step by step I started upgrading. There is no reason for you to have to spend thousands of dollars to get going. Nobody cares what you ride. Nobody cares how you look. You know what people care and what they're going to remember? That you showed up, were part of the camaraderie, had a great time, and hung out. They don't care if you ride a DRZ 400 or a 1290 KTM. They don't care if you have climb outfit or not. They don't care if you have CD boots or not. They don't care if you have Musco Moto bags or not. Nobody cares. What people do care is that you come out, you know, bring a great attitude and just have fun with them. That's really what it's all about. All right, guys, so these are 5 mistakes I see newcomers to the ADV world doing. I did a bunch of them, and I'm just trying to put that video out here for you guys so you don't do the mistakes I did. You know, it's the good old do as I say, not as I do kind of deal. This is a short video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for clicking. If you like this stuff, you know, hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment, all the good stuff. If I forgot anything, you know, shoot me a comment. Let me know what you think. See you in the next one. Auf Wiedersehen.